I beat my first hardcore Nuzlocke ever on my first try. So it was with Pokemon FireRed. And if you're here from Twitch, if you're part of my Twitch community, you'd be like, hey Ryan, you didn't beat it on your first try. That's because I defined my Nuzlocke a little interestingly. Originally, I wanted to totally beat FireRed, including that extra post-game and that extra Elite Four, which I found out later isn't normally done. Like, a Nuzlocke is considered won after you beat the Elite Four the first time, which I did on my first attempt. I then did 5 more attempts trying to beat the Elite Four the second time, and couldn't. So rather than doing many attempts, I'm going to tell you the story of my very first attempt, beating my very first hardcore Nuzlocke, and beating the Elite Four. I hope you enjoy. This hardcore Nuzlocke first uses the normal Nuzlocke rules, meaning that I must capture the first Pokemon counted on each route with the dupe clause, or if I have caught a Pokemon in their evolution line before, I get to keep encountering it until a non-duplicate is found. If a Pokemon faints, I don't get to use it anymore. I must release it or box it. And I must nickname them so that I become attached to them, and when I can't use them anymore, I get sad. In addition to that, and what makes this a hardcore Nuzlocke, is I may not use items in battle, but held items are okay. I may not level above the gym leader's highest level Pokemon, so I can't overlevel. And I have to play on set battle mode so I don't get free switches and increased tempo when an opponent's Pokemon faints. And then beyond a hardcore Nuzlocke, I have 2 rules that I've set on myself, which is no legendaries, because I really enjoy having teams that I could have if I was actually in this world. Having legendaries on the team kind of ruins my immersion, and it'll make it harder. And just to change up the attempts, and because this isn't like a Kaizo or something, I have to use a different starter every attempt, which won't matter because this is my first attempt. LOL. So I'd never done a Nuzlocke before, and I was really excited for it. I started, one of my big hyperfixations lately has been Pokemon, and I wanted to really do a Nuzlocke. And I decided I kind of wanted to do it in order of the games, but I always really enjoyed the remakes. And Gen 1 stuff is kind of nuts, so I was going to start with FireRed. I picked my favorite starter, which is Bulbasaur, and I named it Sprout. A little note here, I did not realize until my later runs through the FireRed Nuzlocke that normally people do like themes with their names. So there's actually no theme on this first attempt. The theme is either what I wanted to name it or what the chat wanted to name it when I was streaming it on Twitch. On Route 1, we snagged a Rattata, and we named after one of our good friends and viewers, Radley. On Route 22, got lucky and ran into a Mankey, which is an angry lady we named Karen. And on Route 2, we got a Pidgey and named them Jay. In Viridian Forest, we caught a Caterpie, named her Fluffy. Now, during the training after this, Karen was involved in a super tragic accident and unceremoniously died. Rip Karen. We then trained up Fluffy, who evolved into Metapod, and then Butterfree, and then slapped our rival Green. We made our way through Viridian Forest, trained up a bit before Brock. Sprout destroyed Brock's Pokemon with easy Vine Whips, and we got our first badge in the Nuzlocke. We then continued on, caught a Spearow on Route 3, which we named Word. Get it? Because bird is the word. We then dipped into Mount Moon, caught a Zubat, who we named Sticky, then trained them up. We then ventured through Mount Moon without incident, and during so, Sprout evolved into Ivysaur. On Route 4, we caught an Ekans, who we named Gumball. While searching for Ekans and waiting through all these dupes, Jay evolved into Pidgeotto. Unfortunately, I totally forgot about the rival battle north of Cerulean City, and we went into it with low health and not leveled properly at all. Surprisingly, Radley was able to take out his Pidgeotto and Rattata with some Hyper Fangs, and then Jay took down his Charmander and Abra with 2 Gust crits in a row. Radley and Jay were heroes for getting us out of there without any deaths at all. I lucked into an Abra on Route 24 and caught it on the first Pokeball throw before it teleported. We named it Viper and immediately evolved Viper into a Kadabra and replaced Butterfree on my team. Gumball then killed a Kakuna, which was going to be our Route 25 Pokemon, unfortunately. And then Gumball had a very close call while battling trainers on Route 25, going to 1 against a crit from a random Spearow, but lived. Radley evolved into Eradicate while we were training for Misty. And then we took on the second gym leader, where Sprout one-shot Staryu with a Vine Whip, but only put Starmie to 1 in 2 attacks, which led to a full heal from Misty and forced me to switch off of Sprout as to not die from another attack from Starmie. This messed up my tempo. Fortunately, I was able to do some chip damage here and there with various Pokemon, having to sacrifice Sticky in order to get a free switch into Viper to disable the recover, so chip damage would actually kill Starmie. We were finally able to chip Starmie down with no further casualties. Rip Sticky. We picked up a Meowth on Route 5, named it Cathal, after a pretty loyal viewer. We boxed it because I think Radley was a better normal type for the team. We grabbed Diglett out of Diglett Cave and named it Doug, then got an Oddish from Route 6 and named it Piglet. Boxing it because we already had Sprout. Grabbed a Drowsy from Route 11, naming it Melatonin. And boxed it since we already had a Kadabra as the Psychic type. We then got the Old Rod and grabbed a Magikarp, which we named Blub. Gumball was boxed to make room for it since we already had a Poison type in Sprout. While training, similarly to Karen, Doug had a tragic accident and died. Rip Doug. And at the time, I thought my chances against Lieutenant Surge. He was replaced on the team with Gunball, which had recently been boxed. We trained up and evolved Blub into Gyarados, and then went into SSN with the following team to catch up for those keeping score at home. We have an Ivysaur named Sprout, a Raticate named Radley, an Ekans named Gumball, a Kadabra named Viper, a Pidgeotto named Jay, and a Gyarados named Blub. We finished up on the SSN, slapped our rival again, making sure to kill that Raticate. While we were fighting on the SSN, Gumball evolved into Arbok. And like I said, I'm really nervous going into the Lieutenant Surge fight because I killed Doug, and I have no Pokemon that are super effective against Lieutenant Surge. So I went into the fight with Viper as our lead Pokemon, since he's fast, has high attack speed, high special defense. And Viper outsped all 3 of Lieutenant Surge's Pokemon and killed them without taking any damage. It was absolutely insane. I can't believe I was worried. However, I imagine if I lost tempo and I had to start switching in and out, it would have really gotten sketchy. So, good on Viper. On Route 10, I caught a Voltorb, which we named Thatmon, vaguely after one of our viewers. Then we caught a Geodude and Rock Tunnel and named it Astley. We trained them both up. Astley evolved into Graveler in the process, and replaced Gumball and Radley on the team for various typing reasons. We powered through Rock Tunnel, went to the Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town, right into a rival fight I totally forgot was there. His Execute was a total Navy SEAL and tanked most of my team, and it looked like, honestly, I was going to wipe. In the process, Thatmon died, but Blub came in to avenge her comrade and Dragon Rage down the rival's whole team until Charmeleon, and then Graveler finished off the Charmeleon. Yet another close rival fight. Rip Thatmon. Gone too soon. Radley briefly replaced Thatmon on the team until we got to Route 8 and caught a Growlithe, which we named Woofer, who took Radley's spot on the team again. We then went and got our free Eevee from Celadon, naming it Icarus after one of my kitties. We boxed it to replace anything that died, since it can be a lot of different types. Woofer destroyed Erica. Not close, and we got our 4th badge. We then tore through the Team Rocket hideout, got the Sylph Scope. While in the hideout, we used a Firestone to evolve Woofer into Arcanines after we got Flame Wheel. In Pokemon Tower, we somehow managed to encounter a Cubone for our Pokemon instead of a Ghastly. We caught it and named it Sag. In Pokemon Tower, Jay actually died from near full HP to a random coughing self-destruct from the Team Rocket grunts at the end. Rip Jay, who had been with us from the very beginning. While battling these trainers, Sprout evolved into Venusaur. We then went to attempt to catch the Snorlax with the Pokeflute, but it tore through 11 Great Balls and a lot of Pokeballs until we ran out, and we had to kill it. Then we put Radley back on the team to replace Jay. For those keeping score at home, Our current main team is now a Venusaur named Sprout, a Graveler named Astley, an Arcanine named Woofer, a Kadabra named Viper, a Raticate named Radley, and a Gyarados named Blub. We then took out Team Rocket and Saffron, got a Lapras in the process. We named it Floaty. We caught a ton of Pokemon in the many surrounding routes, so I decided to just do a lap before I took on Koga or Sabrina. So I'll just list these Pokemon that I caught. A Doduo named Dummerer, a Goldeen named Donut, a Ditto named Daddy, a Horsey named Kelsey, a Rhyhorn named Rybed, and a Venonat named Lamp. We then evolved Rybred into Rhydon, Lamp into Venomoth, and Melatonin into Hypno. We then took on Koga first, actually. We totally destroyed Koga's team without taking a hit with Viper, just like he did with Lieutenant Surge. Then took on Sabrina, and Woofer destroyed them with a Bite Sweep, similarly to the brother-in-arms Viper, Woofer taking 0 damage. Then got a Tentacool, we named Jelly, who evolved into Tentacruel. Caught a Krabby, we named Mr. Krabs, which evolved into a Kingler. And caught a Psyduck, naming it Tweety. We revived the Aerodactyl, naming it Terror. We then took on Blame and just swept them with Blub, super easy. Caught a Shelder, we named Scallops. Caught a Poliwag, we named Buddy. Then we took out Giovanni. Blub took out the Rock Pokemon, and Melatonin took out the Nido Spouses. Went into Victory Road, caught an Omix, which we named Rocksneck. And while Theory Crafting, we realized an electric Pokemon would be totally sick. And we hadn't got our Power Plant Pokemon yet, so we went and caught a Magnemite, which we named How Do You Work. We then went into the Elite Four with the following team. Arcanine, named Woofer, an Aerodactyl named Terror, a Magneton named How Do You Work, a Rhydon named Rybred, Hypno named Melatonin, and a Gyarados named Blood. There isn't much to talk about in the first 3 Elite Four fights. We beat them. He was reasonably hard fought. We only lost 2 Pokemon. Blub and Rybred both fell in a hard fought battle against Lance. And then we beat the champion. Well, not the world. You're the most powerful trainer in Kanto, my guy. That's like people winning American sports championships and saying they're the best in the world in that sport. Like, that's not a thing, man. Well, at least it'll make my second trip through the Elite Four more interesting. Alright, this will bait out the floor store. Or not. Alright, alright. I like your style. He doesn't know there are other places. True. Dude, losing that Gyarados sucked for this battle. I thought I increased the PP evasion power. Alright, I think we're going to shift here and then hope he uses Earthquake and we get his Earthquake and back. Nice! Sick. I did a hit wing attack. Please don't hit hard. Stop. Okay, this is fine. Okay. Radon's down. We'll probably send out Executor. Maybe. Wait, oh no, he probably sends out Gyarados here. Oh. He's gonna Hydro Pump. And he hits. Dude, I'd never hit with Hydro Pump. I'm in trouble, dog. Probably should have like high rolled Zapcan in there. Or no, oh, I forget the ×4. That is like you touch Gyarados with electricity that he's just like so down. Charizard. I think we just go here, right? He's just gonna use a Yeah, I just need to use a fire attack because that one was steel. So just fire blast or fire spin. We just have to chip him down since we don't have Gyarados anymore. I just don't know what deals the most damage. Extreme speed, sweet. That was an insane crit. He's gonna use full restore on this next hit though. Ancient power is ×4, you're right. I think the only world where we get, I don't think we can get in though. Like that switch in's dangerous. I mean, if I knew he was gonna use that stupid, like, actually there was how he got in. Is assuming the full restore. Are there two? Does blue use two full restores? I'm gonna run out of extreme speed. Jeez, dude. Hey, Mega. I think we're gonna have to fight for flinch chance. I don't think we can switch out. But now I'm nervous about Executor. Whoa, you're a monster! Oh, please. Oh, come on. Does he have two full restores? Does anybody know? Now we have no way to beat Calm Mind Alakazam. This might be a run under, guys. Wish you knew what was happening. Same. This needs to one-shot because I did the wrong frickin' PP for the PP restore because I'm stupid. Needs to one-shot. Let's go. Comment him. Oh, might be able to erase it. Maybe. Wish you knew what was happening. It's really intense. Mostly because I'm bad. Is it worth switching out? Or do we just Earthquake? Yeah. Or we just one hit. Holy crap. Heck yeah, we got super far. Good chance that we're home free. Fuck. I think I'm just gonna try to wake up. Okay, the second floor store. Sweet. It's fine. Throw ground at him. It's fine. Tell you what, with all these good Pokemon lost, what's gonna be more interesting is the second Elite Four go through. That's gonna be sketch. Please survive. Okay, we're fine. You have 3 full restores, dog. Chill out. I'm not allowed to use healing items. Why can you? Please high roll. God, I hate you. That was number 4? Jeez. And of course, I'm out of ancient power. Flying's not like super effective against psychic or anything, right? Like, I don't trust my instincts now. Oh, I literally didn't even notice that. I totally forgot this is the first Pokemon that got sent out. Did not even look at the health. Good call. All right, boom. I beat my very first hardcore Nuzlocke in Pokemon FireRed. If you enjoyed this story, I plan on doing more Nuzlockes as the other games. I plan on doing Heart Gold next, just the next game in succession. Please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. This is super fun. If you want to watch me do this live, I have a Twitch stream where I play a bunch of different games as well. Link to that's in the description, as well as all these other communities that I'm a part of, the Discord, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. You should check those out as well. Hope you have a wonderful day. Gotta catch them all. Bye-bye.